Hi, in this video, a Technics compact disc player SLPG300, and I've got a remote control that I got separately, but it won't turn it on or off. It's from a system, but it does have CD control, and it will work the CD player once it's been turned on manually. But there's nothing happening with the CD player. Let's have a look at why. But first, let's have a look at it and what condition it's in. While it's not a high-end CD player, but a mid-range machine, it's in good condition, and it does include a 4-DAC decoder. The vacuum fluorescent display seems okay, maybe not too bright, but okay. And it does match some of my other components. And it's definitely a better CD player than the JVC that I'm using at the moment. And having said that, the JVC XL221 is not a bad CD player at all, but it would better match my Technics RSB 705. Cassette tech, that is. So what's it actually doing, and does it work? For starters, the drawer won't come out, it seems to be stuck. And then it quits. The controls seem to be fine. Let's have a look inside. There's 2 screws beside, which I removed earlier, and one at the back, which I also removed earlier. So let's take the top off and have a look. And I know I haven't turned it off, and if not, you probably shouldn't do that. So don't do like I'm doing. So looking inside, there seems to be a CD already stuck in there. That's the drawer and the transformer there. So what's happening when I do that and try to open the drawer? And the disc has moved. That's the first time I've seen it move, actually. And the drawer seems to be stuck. That's some of the old grease there. And I have had a look at it before, and the disc did not want to move, and neither did the drawer. Let's see if the door will come out with some manual persuasion. And yes, bit of manual persuasion. So it's just getting stuck there somewhere. And maybe a good grease up, clean it up. I'll have to have a good look at it. So I can get this disc out, whatever this is. And without the disc, it seems to work. Let's see if I put the disc back in, if it keeps on working. Yes, okay. I think it might just need a new good grease up, new grease, replacing the old grease with some new grease, cleaning up. Let's do that. Well, let's get the disc out anyway. So one more thing I wanted to test is whether the unit actually has some output coming out of it. So while the disc is actually spinning now, I didn't have to do anything to make it spin, it just happened by itself. I wanted to test whether it has some or any output at all. First through the headphones, and that seemed a bit scratchy, and I've deoxed the headphone socket as well as this volume for the headphones, and on the headphones it only comes out through one channel. So I've got it connected on RCAs to the system, and out of here it's perfect. There's both left and right, and since I don't use headphones and I don't really like headphones, that is not a problem to me. It now only is an issue to make this draw reliable. So I'm going to clean off as much of that old grease as I can, and grease it up again with new grease. And it goes for a whole lot. Wherever I find old grease, clean it up and replace it with new grease. And with the headphone outputs, it turned out to be the headphones that had lost connection in one channel, so that's okay too now. Both channels work on the headphone output as well, so that's a bonus. That's what's coming off. A bit of grease everywhere, old grease. Shaft, it slides along. Yeah, there's still dirt coming off, and I'll keep on doing that until I get clean Q-tips. And also, when I said this is the first time I've seen a disc and I didn't do anything to make it work, that might not be entirely correct. I did do something, and that was I've removed all these plugs, every single one of them at both ends if possible. So perhaps not this one, but this one, that one, this one at that end, this one at both ends, that one, and I sprayed some deoxide, or this version of it, in there, and worked the cables in and out a couple of times, maybe repeated that process, and put it aside, and the disc started working, disc started spinning. So yeah, who knows where this was kept for how many years, but it just about worked. Well, it works now. Now using PTFE grease, which is plastic friendly grease, I'm going to grease up all the contacts where I've cleaned off the old grease. So there was old grease here. The transformer's warm, I just touched it. Perhaps I should unplug it. Transformer's coated in plastic, so and that's okay. And there was grease here. And along that shaft there was grease. That's way too much. I'm just going to spread it around. And here, there. Now I'm going to open and close the door a couple of times to get the grease to spread out. And maybe do a touch-up. Also, I've cleaned some grease off of here, so I've reapplied the grease here. Again, using the door to spread it out. And there's some more grease on the underside of the door, which I'm going to clean up and replace. The drawer itself looks like it's operated by this gear here, so I'm going to lubricate that up as well. Since there's no lube, or it's dried up, or it's just gone. And now the drawer even works at a 45-degree angle up. So I'd say I'll have to be happy with that.
Thank you for selecting this MusicWay Compact Disc Laser Lens Cleaner. This product with regular use will keep the lens of your compact disc player clean, allowing it to faithfully reproduce the music on your discs. Airborne dust is often carried into the internal. Cleaning has now been completed. To ensure that you're getting
I'll spare you the time watching putting the top cover back on. However, looking at the cover from underneath, it does look like they could do with a bigger transformer. This one's running a bit hot and all the gunk evaporating out of the plastic cover left this in it, on it. So I'm happy with its workings. Before I put it into the stack for good, let's have a look at the back of it. I'm happy to say that I've added the compact disc player to the stack, and I'm happy to use it. Thank you for watching, and see you next or the previous video.